Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome back to Seabreeze Rider channel on this lovely Saturday morning. The sun's shining, temperature around about 13.5 C according to my TFT screen. Today Anne and I are out and we're heading towards Bradwell-on-Sea. We're going to visit St Peter's Chapel. Now, if you remember one of our videos, we went out to St Osyth and we were introduced by a local resident to a little chapel across the River Crouch. So that's where we're heading because we actually want to see it. I think it's called St Peter's Chapel or St Peter's on the Wall, and it dates back to 660 AD. That's a long time ago. It's one of the oldest chapels in England, apparently, according to Google. That's my information anyway. So that's our route today. Heading out to Bradwell-on-Sea. It's not a huge ride, it's about 50 miles I think, and hopefully we'll see some lovely countryside, and if there's anything of interest en route that we see, I always like a stop if there's maybe another church or something of interest, then I'll get back to you. Otherwise, enjoy the ride. So we've managed to get through all the boring bit, and we're now on route to Burnham-on-Crouch. Seems they've done a bit of road resurfacing in Essex, usually coming to the end of their budget year, but they still need to repaint the white lines. But as you can see, there's some loose chippings. That isn't in a town in Essex, but a warning. There is Chipping Norton, you're right, there is Chipping Norton. Anne's just reminded me, there is Chipping Norton, but not loose chippings. Skid risk, always a skid risk. And again, talking about tyres, not what happens in your underpants when the front of the bike goes. Which I suppose is, yeah, it could happen. But this time of the year it's lovely, isn't it, really? Everything's just starting to change to green now, it's quite nice. The only thing is all the fields are being ploughed, so there is always a threat of a bit of mud on the road, but so far so good, we're okay. Now for those that live locally or know what I'm talking about with Essex, but for those that are watching from elsewhere, this particular road is quite a favourite for motorcyclists, and it's known as the Burnham Bends because it is quite a twisted little road if there's nothing in front of you. Of course, if it's you're held up with traffic like you have the other way, then it's just a normal boring road, but if there's no one in about, then you do get a bit of fun on this particular road. But it heads out towards the River Crouch, which is an estuary river coming in from the Essex coast. And it's we made comment many years ago, and grandmother used to live out this way, but as she got more elderly, she came back to town. She lived in Maylandsea, which is a little bit further on. And the problem is about these wonderful places that you live out, it's like everyone really, you need a good infrastructure, and you need a good transport system, and if you haven't got that, because if you don't drive, then you kind of be a little bit isolated out in these places, and that's what happened with Anne's grandmother. Nice place to live in the summer, awful in the winter with the grey sky and the sea being grey and the wind howling. Can be a little bit horrible. Yeah, it's beautiful countryside at this time of year as well. It's really lovely. And perfect riding weather, really. So according to the sat nav, we are 9.5 miles from destination. I did say at the beginning of the video something like about 50 miles, but that was obviously completely and utterly wrong. And it's probably more like a 30-mile round trip, I would imagine. But I don't know. I must have seen something on when I Google mapped it and it said 50 miles, but I was thinking, no, it can't be that. Because when we started our journey, I was thinking, no, it's not 50 miles at all, because we're not that far. And we get these little, where are we now? Sea. Oh, of course, we're in Sea now. And but this has been, over the years, Sea has expanded hugely. People have buildings, housing estates have gone up, infrastructure. But when about 20 years ago, when we first used to come down here, 25 years ago, it was just a few houses in the village itself, but now it's expanded beyond it. So, like all places, they just expand as more people need housing. Nice place to live, though. Oh look, the Mayland Mill. So we saw this as we were riding past. It says, "Welcome to St Lawrence and All Saints Steeple." This is Steeple Church. Really lovely. And I always like these little village churches. Obviously they've been here so long, and then everything grows up around them. And it's almost time stands still for a church like this. And just catered for a small community at some point. People lived in the village and they came to church when we were predominantly a Christian society, I suppose, or Church of England. There's still people being buried here, as you can see. So it's still well attended, but like most places in the UK now, churches are getting less and less full. Less people attending churches, less people believing a religion or a particular religion. More of a, not an atheist society, but just an agnostic. But I just love the architecture, the way they're built. Craftsmanship that goes into something like that is amazing. I don't know how old this particular one is, but I didn't bring the drone today, which is slightly unusual, but you can get a good look at it from from my view. Great stonework on all the windows as well. Yeah, nice little church. And here we are, Bradwell-on-Sea. You can't actually see the sea because it's just over there somewhere. Yeah. Oh, is that River Blackwater? Yeah. Well, it's wet. It's yeah. But it still comes in from the sea, so although it's an estuary, according to their sat nav, we're not quite there. We're about 3.5 miles. This is where you get these quaint cottages, thatching. Some of them have been around quite a while as well, I'd imagine. The only problem with an old building, you get that listing, don't you? Not as in it lists to the left or right, but there is what we call a graded listing. So if you get a grade 2 listed building, it's not a nightmare to try and get anything done on it. It seems to cost twice as much money. Ah. Okay, this must be Bradwell Popper. Oh, a nice tree. Nice colour. Yeah. Another one over there. Is it maple trees, aren't they? Yeah. Red maple. Wow. Lots of different colours along here. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Nice to see. Right, where are we going? Somewhere left up ahead. Yeah, just a bend in the road. I can see water through the trees on the other side, but I've got a right turn somewhere along here. Yes, this one. Bradwell Community Shop and Post Office. Bound to be a pub somewhere as well, isn't it? Centre of the community. Right, big old windmills over there. Wind farm. See some flatlands of Essex, the wind coming across off the estuary. Ah, okay, Bradwell-on-Sea. The King's Head pub. And I think we've got to go right here. Yes. That's it. Another great church there. What a beautiful houses on the left. Yeah, sort of fishermen's cottages, that sort of thing. That style. This is East End Road, so the chapel is on this road somewhere. Actually, very, I'll tell you what this reminds me of. It's very French, doesn't it? You know, yeah, well the trees sort of line the avenues. You get a lot of that in France. Very French. Maybe the French got the idea from us. Yeah. Oh, that'd be slightly contentious, wouldn't it? There's all the Frenchmen going, Mon Dieu! You roast beef! We did not take that from you. Definitely farming community. A couple of horses. As I said, you know, during this time of year, absolutely stunning, isn't it? This countryside, but when I think we might be here. sure the chapel's... Ah, I can see it in the distance. Hey, we made it. A bit of off-roading. Yeah, an expensive weekend just so we can go for a park. Comfortably. Yeah, we can stand up and go through gravel. You doing anything? No, absolutely. Right, okay, let's park up and go and have a look at the chapel. We'll put it here, I think. Not in anyone's way, are we? So that's perfect. That's all right. She's it's worth it. It's worth its weight in gold, isn't it? Because we're going to get lots of things like that when you tour. So if anyone thinks that, that to some people that's steady, to other people it's scary, isn't it? Perfect. Right, let's go and have a look. Okay, here we are. We are at the chapel of St. Peter ad Murum. Okay. Show you a little map of Bradwell-on-Sea. Okay. There we are. And this is the Salt Marsh coast, apparently. There you go. That was the RAF Bradwell memorial that we visited before, wasn't it? That one there.
Nice lamb chops from here.
Beware adders. Okay. I shall beware of adders. The only poisonous snake we've got in the UK. Kissing gate. Yeah, it's quite a nice little walk, really. Walk. Just from the bike to there.
Yeah, just lovely.
It was lovely. The ride out was really nice. It was quite good. Enjoyed that.
New tyres.
Yeah, new tyres. And it's got new tyres, especially for our tour.
Yep.
Conti Attack 3s. Yeah. Well, it is important you've got good tyres, isn't it? So you need confidence, don't you? I've stuck with my Batlaks, so there you
If anybody wants to buy, the old ones are on there.
go. Yeah, they're up for sale. So here we are. A little walk out to St. Peter's Chapel. So as I said earlier in the introduction, this dates back to 660 AD. It's a Saxon church based on a Roman fort, or on the site of a Roman fort, Tona. Amazing. And actually, when you look at it, you can see that sort of Romanesque architecture. I think they invented concrete, didn't they? Concretia. Some restoration there. Oh, there you go. St. Peter's Chapel stands over the ruined gate of a Roman fort which formed part of a chain of defences along the east coast constructed to combat the threat of Saxon raiders. There you go. It's lovely it's still used as well as a place of worship as well. It's quite nice, isn't it? It's quite incredible, really. It's that old as well, isn't it? I mean, it's quite amazing. Nice door as well. So there we have it, one of the oldest churches in England. Very simple in its construction. Actually, when you look at the front, you can see there is obviously it's been work to restore it done, but you can see the original sort of arch as well. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's the original footmark of the church as it came out. Okay, so that was St Peter's Chapel. We're now going to head back and see if we can find a little hostelry, I think. Have a coffee. Maybe a bite to eat as well. Didn't see any adders though, did we? There was no adders. And mathematicians, no snakes. Yeah, pouncing mathematician. Nothing like that. So, which is a shame really, because I think I said to Anne, I've only ever seen an adder, which is indigenous to the UK, once in my life. It's rare as rocking horse teeth. Yeah. But they, I suppose, just lie in the bushes and do a bit of hunting when it gets warmer. It's very pretty along here. Back to our French avenue. Avenue de Bradwell-on-Sea. Or was it Bradwell-sous-Mer? Yeah, Bradwell-sous-Mer. So, I'm not going to video our return journey because we've really same route coming back. So, just a little quickie. Coming out in the sun, enjoying the day. Tomorrow's weather's not going to be great. I'm back to work on the bike tomorrow, so probably going to be a little bit wet tomorrow. But hope you enjoyed the video, and we may or might not get another one in before our big tour in June, but we're starting to make progress with that, and we are everything is planned and we're all ready to go. Buying a few last items to make sure we're nice and comfortable when we ride. Got a seat cover turned up, which is quite nice. Yeah, we might invest in a new set of comms. These, for some reason, we've had these about 7 years, Cardos, but they're starting to break up a little bit. Why, we don't know. We were thinking of maybe going over to Senna, but we quite like Cardo. So maybe an investment that way before we go away. So we shall see. Right, speak to you soon. Take care.